Syndea version 3.3 includes a new interface to TM4J, a test management solution plugin for Jira, formerly known as Adaptivist Test Management. In this video, we will demonstrate two features. First, how to create reference connections to TM4J elements from Rhapsody and other engineering software tools. And second, how to create model transform connections between Rhapsody and TM4J. A simplified schema of TM4J models is shown here. A test case contains a description of a method for testing a specific aspect of the system. A set of test cases comprises a test cycle. A test plan is composed of one or more test cycles and can track progress towards achieving a particular milestone in system development. Any of these TM4J artifact types can be linked to a Jira issue. Before we begin, we want to make sure some needed components are in place. We need our Syndea license to include the Jira interface module, which now includes TM4J, and we need a repository connection to access a Jira repository containing TM4J elements. As usual, we will start with the Syndea dashboard. In the Repository Manager tab, we can see the Jira category with two existing network connections storing our account URL and credentials. When we select a particular repository connection, we can see the contents in Jira that our account gives us access to, which in this case includes folders with test cases, test plans, and test cycles. To make connections, we go to the Connection Manager, select Reference Connection in the center, and show the SysML model in the left column and Jira in the right column. We've expanded the Jira repository to show a set of test cases that we want to connect to elements in the Rhapsody model. To create a reference connection, we drag a SysML element, for example, a block named testcase01, on top of a target test case, or vice versa. In the Connection Search tab, we see the connection we just made that Syndea is managing for us. We can use these connections from the Magic Draw model, for example, by right-clicking the testcase01 block and choosing Syndea Open Connected Artifacts. This opens the TM4J testcase01 in our default browser. If we edit and save the test case, Syndea can detect the change across the reference connection. The red result indicates that there is a newer version of the test case than when the connection was originally made. By choosing Sync Source to Target or Target to Source, the connection is updated to the newest version. We can also create reference connections from TM4J elements to other repositories. To create a connection from a GitHub commit to a test plan, we change the left column to show the GitHub repository. Expand a project, and drag the commit onto a corresponding test plan. We can also create model transform connections between Rhapsody and TM4J. For this, we need to create one or more mappings between them using Syndea's Configurable Mappings feature. There is no default mapping between Rhapsody and TM4J, as there is for many other Syndea integrations. So for this demo, we have Used Mapping checked in the Settings tab on the Syndea dashboard, and we will use a specific Syndea mappings file in the .syndea folder. We use the Syndea 3.3 tutorial rhp.mappings file that comes with the Syndea installation, renamed as Syndea.mappings, so that it becomes the active mappings file. We can look at some of the features on the Mappings tab. We see TM4J artifact types at the top and SysML to TM4J mappings at the bottom. Notice that the mappings may use stereotypes from a specific profile loaded in our SysML model, Syndeia Tutorial Mappings.sbs, which also comes with these tutorials. Adding new artifacts and mappings is described in the next video. Back in the Connection Manager tab, we have reset the left column to the SysML repository, and we set the connection type to Model Transform. Now we drag Test Case 02 from Jira to the TM4J tutorial test package in SysML. In the Select Mapping Specification pull-down menu, we have two options: to create an activity or a block in SysML. We choose Activity, click OK, and shortly see a new activity in the SysML model. If we pull this new activity into a SysML diagram, we see that it has a Jira artifact stereotype, which is part of the mapping we used, and that several tag values from that stereotype, including priority, status, and verification method, have been populated in the SysML element from TM4J. As with other model transforms, we can compare and sync the attribute values shared between the connected elements. In SysML, we will reset the priority value to normal. Now we will run a compare across that connection. The difference table shows the priority mismatch, which we resolve on this occasion by syncing the SysML source to the Jira target. In the next video, we will look at creating user-configurable mappings for the Syndeia TM4J interface.